So I'm a volunteer who's been out to visit Stanley's project and representing their UK charity. Just to give a very quick introduction, Odanadi fights against human trafficking, which is a problem that sees 1 million victims in India every year, not just going into bonded labour and domestic slavery, but going into forced prostitution in dungeons that you would be kind to call brothels. And Stanley and his colleague Parashu have been doing incredible work for 20 years now to fight human trafficking on an individual level, and in doing so fight it on a systematic level. They've been able to establish a home that has rehabilitated 2,000 victims of human trafficking, and not just affect those 2,000 people, but set a precedent that has been ratified by UNIFEM for a new way of psychosocial rehabilitation for all victims of human trafficking around the world. They've managed to set up over 60 different vigilance committees in communities so that they can be aware of the issues of human trafficking and help communities be robust and strong in fighting against human trafficking and preventing it from happening in the first place. And because of the 60 committees they have established, the state has actually made a new law to establish vigilance committees in every community. So beyond the hundreds of thousands they've helped, there'll be millions more who are protected against human trafficking moving forward. And finally, they've been working to actively track down and prosecute the perpetrators of human trafficking. So they don't just concentrate on rehabilitating the victims, but in an incredibly empowering way, they're aggressively pursuing those who perpetrate these terrible crimes. And whereas 20 years ago when they started up, there was no practical implementation of punishments against human traffickers, today we have an environment where it's very difficult for them to operate because they're running scared of the work that Stanley and Parashu are doing in coordination with the police to track them down and to bring them to justice. So Stanley, tell them about it.